The prolific Tyler Perry finally adds a holiday movie to his collection. You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of A Madea Christmas.
This holiday season,
Lacey, you do not have a Christmas tree?
Just leave this child alone. She living her life. She happy out here in the farm playing old McDonald.
when help is needed,
God, these nipples so tough, you need a mammogram. You got to pull them things. You got to pull them hard. Pull them. Pull them.
You all right?
I done fell in bull.
when children need a little guidance,
The Bible says that when little baby Jesus was born, he was born to the Virgin Mary. J. Blige.
After establishing his brand on the Atlanta stage, Tyler Perry has made 11 movies, half of which have starred Madea, a character to which Perry largely owes his success, yet haunts him. Like many comedians and even actors, Perry has said he wants to move past his signature role, but also like so many comedians and actors, so far has been unable to do so. He won a cameo in 2009's Star Trek, as well as beat out Idris Elba to become the new Alex Cross last year, but neither role clicked with audiences. But next year, Perry has perhaps his best crossover opportunity yet, as he co-stars in David Fincher's Gone Girl opposite Ben Affleck, Rosamund Pike, and Neil Patrick Harris. So in the meantime, all Perry has to do is keep his career alive, which means more Madea. That's because of all his films, it's the Madea films that consistently perform the best at the box office, his most successful being Madea Goes to Jail and Medea's Witness Protection. So now on to A Madea Christmas, which is very loosely based on Perry's play of the same name. Okay, we've got Madea, we've got Christmas, but to make this an even surer bet at the box office, let's add Larry the Cable Guy. Yes, Perry seems to have put together the perfect package, but does that make Malcolm D. Lee the Grinch? Lee's The Best Man Holiday took the box office by storm just last month and is still in the top 10 at the box office. Is that the crossover holiday hit that Perry had hoped to have? Maybe there's room for both this season, as everyone likes to get multiple gifts under the Christmas tree. Does the same go for the multiplex? Another movie that's not properly marketed. This is becoming a true epidemic in Hollywood, where they simply don't let audiences know what they have on their hands. For instance, A Madea Christmas is advertised as just another Tyler Perry movie, which of course has its fan base. But there's so much more going on here and a lot of new aspects that Tyler Perry is bringing in that new audience members could be brought in, but aren't going to come because they haven't been, marketed to. They haven't been made aware of what Perry has done. Now, for instance, the thing that really surprised me about this movie, a couple things, but the first thing off the bat was that this is a true, you can't categorize this movie as a black movie. That's been a big debate, particularly with The Best Man Holiday last month, because Perry hasn't made a black movie. This movie is split down the middle in terms of color. 50% of the cast is black and 50% of the cast is white. Chad Michael Murray's in this movie, along with Larry the Cable Guy and Kathy Najimy. Why isn't that advertised? He has his fan base as well. And it was really great, and that was the message of the film. Just like people are doing all over this country, coexisting despite being of different races, it's something Hollywood has failed to pick up on. And even The Best Man Holiday, which I thought was a good film that I really enjoyed and could be enjoyed by anybody, that film was predominantly black. They had one, small white, one character, Eddie Cibrian, who had a very small role, and so it wasn't as inclusive as I think it could have been. People wanted it to be addressed as an inclusive film, but over here now, a whole bunch of noise was being made over there, but yet Perry, very quietly here, has actually done it. He's actually, he's not just talked the talk, he's walked the walk. And he's not getting any credit for it, which I find frustrating. Because I think this is a movie that anybody could, even if you didn't feel comfortable seeing a film like The Best Man Holiday, you definitely could go and see Tyler Perry's A Madea Christmas. Now, the other thing this film addresses is two problems that are going on in America. I guess that, race relations is the third problem, sadly still. But it addresses the economic problems a lot of people are having, particularly in the South, and also the refocus on religion when it comes to Christmas, which is also happening in this country. They're both touched on very strongly here, and I think a lot of people would like to see that their beliefs reflected in a movie out of the movie industry, because Hollywood hardly ever does that. Particularly for the maybe back when you had like It's a Wonderful Life and films like that, but even then a lot of the religious aspects were, I guess he dealt with an angel, but still not as much as you're seeing here. And I think that Perry is, tapping into a very real vein that exists in this country, and potentially other countries as well, although I don't think his movies play particularly well outside of the United States. But anyway, that's great to see. Now, of course, this is still a Madea movie, and there are a lot of great jokes, and I think Perry's Madea adds much-needed zest to counterbalance the more serious elements that he's addressing. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really pleasant surprise. I thought it was a very progressive film, as well as inclusive, and I thought that was really commendable on Perry's part, and it was entertaining. So if you're a Tyler Perry fan, or you just feel like going to see a holiday movie, or if what he's addressing here sounds, something that you're very interested in, that you would like to see, then definitely go and see this movie. But even if you don't see it in theaters, I think this is going to make a great rental next holiday season. So bravo to Perry for not only making, as I said, a progressive film, but one that's also equally entertaining. I had a good time, and I think you will too. So if you've seen A Madea Christmas, write your thoughts down below, as well as what you think of the marketing epidemic. Do you agree with me that it's an epidemic in Hollywood? And do you think if they had advertised these elements in the advertising for Madea Christmas, would you have been more keen to go at the beginning? Does that make a difference to you? So write your thoughts down below. Thank you for tuning into my review, and you can watch some more episodes, including my interviews with the cast for A Madea Christmas right now.